Joining me now is our great friend, Senator John Barrasso from Wyoming, Senate Republican Conference Chair, who may not agree with me about this subject. Mr. Barrasso, good to see you. Please feel free to disagree, sir.
Well, thank you, Larry. Your comments were superb. Let me tell you, if there's a rail strike, it is going to send shockwaves through the economy and through the supply chain. I want to avoid that, specifically for my home state of Wyoming. We would see far-reaching implications, very serious impact of this. We in Wyoming are an energy state, the energy state, in terms of what we ship by rail, in terms of coal, other energy projects. They power the nation. And in terms of our agriculture, our number one cash crop, of course, is beef, where we ship those by rail. Again, you're going to see an impact on feeding the nation. So all of these people you continue to talk about who are suffering day in and day out, trying to live paycheck to paycheck under the Joe Biden high prices, are going to find if there's a rail strike, they're going to pay even more to eat and to heat their homes. And the irony of this whole thing is that, Joe Biden claimed victory in September, had a ceremony in the Rose Garden, took a victory lap, and now what we once again see is our incompetent president saying, hey, I need to be bailed out. He turns to Congress. I'm not one like you that wants to get in the middle of a labor dispute. We need to resolve this before the strike occurs on the 9th of December.
Well, look nobody wants this strike to occur. You're right. The economy is weak enough, probably headed into recession as it is. I agree. But do we need to blame the railroad workers? I mean, 7 sick days just doesn't seem like a bad deal or a horrible thing. And why should the Congress be imposing itself on private sector bargaining in the first place?
Well, and I think you're going to be talking with Ted Cruz a little bit later. He has that bill that you've just referenced. The House has passed a bill in a bipartisan way. We're going to see whether that gets to the Senate or not. I know Bernie Sanders has said he wants to hold it up. But you're right, the impacts on the economy are going to be devastating. Look, people are still reeling under high energy costs. As we get into the winter, it's going to be harder and harder to heat. Joe Biden, when it comes to energy, never learned what every ruler around the country, around the world, knows, the facts of life of energy. Joe Biden never learned those facts of life, which is people need affordable energy, affordable, reliable, available energy. And Joe Biden's used the first 2 years of his time in office raising energy costs. And you have a rail strike, it's going to get a lot worse when you can't get energy to the people that need it to heat their homes or to even power their vehicles.
Well, Senator, last one. Will you vote for the Cornyn-Sanders bill?
I don't know that that's actually going to get to the floor, and I know you're going to talk to Ted about that. But I have a hoarse voice because I just got back from the South China Sea, visiting Wyoming Marines and airmen for Thanksgiving. And so much of the discussion is they are finding a very aggressive China, and they're interacting just about every day with this increased activity by communist China. And China knows that energy is a long-term weapon. It is a currency of the future. And Joe Biden continues to want to keep American energy in the ground. Just yesterday and today, this administration is imposing new, more expensive regulations on energy, punishing American energy producers while they want to reward Venezuela and dictators and have them supply energy to America when we do it cleaner and better than anywhere else. I mean, this is upside down. And while our men and women in uniform are ready and able and prepared to fight, this administration and this president are making it much harder for them to do the job as the president weakens our strength from a standpoint of energy independence.
Well, you're spot on that, Senator. No question about it. God bless the men and women who are giving the service. God bless the Marines. Thank you, Mr. Barrasso. We appreciate it very much.